Coming live from the studio, this is All Sports with Gerardo. Thank you for watching another episode of All Sports. This is your host Gerardo, and all I talk is sports. On the show today, I am going to talk about NFL football, Major League Baseball, NBA basketball, and college football. Before I start the show, I hope you all had a great week. To start off with Major League Baseball, after playing 15 seasons, Howie Kendrick announced he is retiring from Major League Baseball. Moving on now to NFL football, Matt Ryan passed Peyton Manning for the most passing yards in his first 13 seasons. Aaron Rodgers is the first quarterback in NFL history with 40-plus passing touchdowns in 3 different seasons. Aaron Rodgers is the first quarterback to have 40 touchdowns this season. Derrick Henry is the 4th player in NFL history with 1,500 rushing yards and 15 rushing touchdowns in consecutive seasons. Melvin Gordon is now the 12th active player to rush for 5,000 yards in his career. Keenan Allen has the most receptions by any player in their first 100 games. On Monday, December 21st, Hall of Famer Kevin Green passed away. He was 58 years old. After the Patriots won the AFC East for 11 consecutive years, the Bills won the AFC East for the first time in 25 years. The Seahawks have clinched a playoff berth. The Broncos' offensive line has allowed the 3rd fewest sacks in the NFL since Week 14. Drew Lock threw a career-best 4 touchdown passes and recorded the 3rd highest quarterback rating in Broncos history against the Panthers in Week 14. The Bills beat the Broncos 48-19 in Denver on Saturday, December 19th. The Broncos go against the Chargers in Los Angeles on Sunday, December 27th. So it will be the first time for the Broncos to go to Los Angeles and play against the Chargers in their new stadium, which is SoFi Stadium. So the Broncos' AFC West divisional rivals continue on. Even with the Raiders and the Chargers relocating to different cities and having new stadiums, the rivalry still continues, and it's a new chapter of the AFC West rivalries. Now that we have the Raiders and the Chargers in different cities and in new stadiums, but it's still the same rivalry. This season, the Broncos were able to go to Las Vegas for the first time and go against the Las Vegas Raiders at their new stadium, which is Allegiant Stadium, and the Broncos are also going to Los Angeles to go against the Chargers and play at their new stadium, which is SoFi Stadium. So, those Broncos-Raiders matchups, those Broncos-Chargers matchups, and even the Broncos-Chiefs matchups are going to continue being the best divisional rivals, and they're also going to continue their AFC West divisional rivals. No matter what city they play in, no matter what stadium they play in, these rivalries will continue on going into the future. Even with the Raiders in Las Vegas and no longer in Oakland, even with the Chargers in Los Angeles, no longer in San Diego, and with the Chiefs in Kansas City. The Vikings go against the Saints on Christmas. This is the 16th week of NFL football. So right now I'm going to update you with the Week 15 NFL football final scores. I'm also going to tell you the Week 16 NFL football schedule and the games to keep an eye on this week in NFL football. So to start off, here are the Week 15 final scores and highlights from this week of NFL football. The Chargers beat the Raiders 30-27 on Thursday Night Football. The Bills beat the Broncos 48-19. The Packers beat the Panthers 24-16. The Cowboys beat the 49ers 41-33. The Seahawks beat Washington 20-15. The Bears beat the Vikings 33-27. The Dolphins beat the Patriots 22-12. The Buccaneers beat the Falcons 31-27. The Titans beat the Lions 46-25. The Colts beat the Texans 27-20. The Cardinals beat the Eagles 33-26. The Jets beat the Rams 23-20. The Chiefs beat the Saints 32-29. The Browns beat the Giants 20-6 on Sunday Night Football, and the Bengals beat the Steelers 27-17 on Monday Night Football. Now taking a look at Week 16, here are the matchups to keep an eye on this week in NFL football. The Vikings versus the Saints on Christmas, the Buccaneers versus the Lions, the 49ers versus the Cardinals, the Dolphins versus the Raiders, the Panthers versus Washington, the Colts versus the Steelers, the Falcons versus the Chiefs, the Broncos versus the Chargers, the Eagles versus the Cowboys, the Rams versus the Seahawks, the Titans versus the Packers on Sunday Night Football, and the Bills versus the Patriots on Monday Night Football. So that's the Week 15 final scores and the Week 16 schedule for NFL football. So right now I'm going to update you at the current division standings in the AFC and NFC. To start off in the AFC, in the AFC East, right now the Bills are leading this division at 11 games. They have clinched a playoff berth, and they have also won the AFC East. In the AFC South, right now the Titans and the Colts are tied for this division at 10 games. In the AFC North, right now the Steelers are leading this division at 11 games, but the Browns are right behind them at 10 games. In the AFC West, right now the Chiefs are leading this division at 13 games. They have clinched a playoff berth, and they have also won the AFC West. In the NFC West, right now the Seahawks are leading this division at 10 games. They have clinched a playoff berth, and the next closest team to the Seahawks is the Rams, and they are sitting at 9 games. In the NFC South, right now the Saints are leading this division at 10 games. They have clinched a playoff berth, but the Buccaneers are sitting at 9 games behind the Saints. In the NFC East, right now Washington is leading this division at 6 games, but the next closest teams to Washington is the Cowboys and the Giants at 5 games. And in the NFC North, right now the Packers are leading this division at 11 games. They have clinched a playoff berth, and they have also won the NFC North. Now taking a look at the playoff picture for the AFC and NFC, this is what the current playoff picture looks like as of right now. To start off in the AFC, right now the Chiefs have the number 1 seed, and their current record is 13-1. Right now the Bills have the 2nd seed, and their current record is 11-3. Right now the Steelers have the 3rd seed, and their current record is 11-3. Right now the Titans have the 4th seed, and their current record is 10-4. The Browns have the 5th seed. Right now their current record is 10-4. The Colts have the 6th seed. Right now their current record is 10-4. And the Dolphins have the 7th seed, and right now their current record is 9-5. Some teams that are still in the hunt for a playoff spot includes the Ravens. Their current record is 9-5, and the Raiders, their current record is 7-7. In the NFC, right now the Packers have the number 1 seed, and their current record is 11-3. The Saints have the 2nd seed, and right now their current record is 10-4. The Seahawks have the 3rd seed. Right now their current record is 10-4. Washington has the 4th seed. Right now their current record is 6-8. The Rams have the 5th seed. Right now their current record is 9-5. The Buccaneers have the 6th seed. Right now their current record is 9-5. And the Cardinals have the 7th seed, and right now their current record is 8-6. Some teams still in the hunt for a playoff spot in the NFC includes the Bears. Their current record is 7-7. The Vikings, their current record is 6-8. The Cowboys, their current record is 5-9. The Giants, their current record is 5-9. And the Eagles, their current record is 4-9. So as of right now, that is what the current playoff picture looks like for both the AFC and the NFC. We're going to have to wait and see what happens in the final games of the regular season. The regular season is getting ready to come to an end in the next few weeks, and the playoffs are getting ready to begin in January. So I'm definitely looking forward to the playoffs beginning, but I'm also looking forward to how the regular season ends. But also, what teams are going to make it into the playoffs in both the AFC and NFC. We're going to have to wait and see what teams make it into the playoffs. We're going to have to wait and see what seed they get in the playoffs. And we're also going to have to wait and see what teams make it into the playoffs, but what teams fell short of making it into the playoffs. We will also have to wait and see what teams win their division and who will be the 3 wildcard spots in both the AFC and NFC. But I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what teams make it into the playoffs in the AFC and NFC, and what teams win their division, what teams will be the wildcard teams, and what seed will these teams get. But also, what teams make it into the playoffs, and what teams fell short of making it into the playoffs. So for the NFL, it's a great time of year right now, and I'm looking forward to what's happening in the next few weeks in regards to the end of the regular season and the beginning of the postseason. So that's the current division standings in the AFC and NFC. Moving on now to NBA basketball, Rudy Gobert and the Jazz have agreed to a 5-year contract extension. Kyle Kuzma and the Lakers have agreed to a 3-year contract extension. Markelle Fultz and the Magic have agreed to a 3-year contract extension. Derek White and the Spurs have agreed to a 4-year contract extension. The 2020-2021 NBA season begins this week. It's a great time of year now. The NBA season's getting ready to begin, and we also have our 5 NBA games on Christmas Day. So it doesn't get any better than that the new NBA season begins this week just before Christmas, and we will have our Christmas games just like any other year. It's great to see that the NBA is able to begin the 2020-2021 season before the end of 2020 and going into 2021. And there's no doubt that I'm looking forward to the 2020-2021 season and how it plays out. But I'm also looking forward to how the Nuggets play. I'm looking forward to what teams make it into the playoffs, what 2 teams make it all the way to the NBA Finals, and what team wins the NBA Finals. Hopefully it's the Nuggets. We're going to have to wait and see. The Nuggets are definitely favored with some other teams to make it into the playoffs and to even reach and possibly win the NBA Finals. But regardless of what happens or what team wins the NBA Finals, I'm just looking forward to the new season. And this week, the 2020-2021 season begins just before Christmas. The Nuggets' first game of the season is against the Kings in Denver at the Ball Arena on Wednesday, December 23rd. The Pelicans go against the Heat on Christmas. The Warriors go against the Bucks on Christmas. The Nets go against the Celtics on Christmas. The Mavericks go against the Lakers on Christmas. And the Nuggets go against the Clippers on Christmas. On Christmas Day, we got 5 NBA games. We also have 5 great matchups. And for a second year in a row, the Nuggets will play on Christmas Day here in Denver. So it doesn't get any better than that. But I'm definitely looking forward to the new 2020-2021 season beginning this week. I am looking forward to the Christmas games. I'm also looking forward to the Nuggets playing on Christmas. I am looking forward to the new NBA season, and I'm also looking forward to how the Nuggets play this season. So it's just a great time of year now that the new NBA season begins this week. Moving on now to college football. Here are the top 25 college football playoff rankings as of right now. At number 1, Alabama. At number 2, Clemson. At number 3, Ohio State. At number 4, Notre Dame. those are your top 4 college football teams. As of right now, here are the rest of the top 25 college football teams as of right now. At number 5, Texas A&M. At number 6, Oklahoma. At number 7, Florida. At number 8, Cincinnati. At number 9, Georgia. At number 10, Iowa State. At number 11, Indiana. At number 12, Coastal Carolina. At number 13, North Carolina. At number 14, Northwestern. At number 15, Iowa. At number 16, BYU. At number 17, USC. At number 18, Miami. At number 19, Louisiana. At number 20, Texas. At number 21, Oklahoma State. At number 22, San Jose State. At number 23, North Carolina State. At number 24, Tulsa. And at number 25, Oregon. As of right now, those are the top 25 teams in college football. Alabama beat Florida 52-46 to win the SEC championship. Clemson beat Notre Dame 34-10 to win the ACC championship. Ohio State beat Northwestern 22-10 to win the Big Ten championship. Oklahoma beat Iowa State 27-21 to win the Big 12 championship. And Oregon beat USC 31-24 to win the Pac-12 championship. For college football going into the next few weeks, it's a great time of year. Now that the college football playoff is getting ready to begin, we have all the bowl games coming up within the next few weeks, up until the end of the year, on New Year's Day, and going into next year. And we also have the college football playoff national championship game coming up in the next few weeks. So we're going to have to wait and see what teams have a bowl game, also what teams are going to win the bowl game. But the $1 million question for our top 4 teams, what 2 teams are going to win their bowl game, and what 2 teams will meet up in the college football playoff national championship game, and what team will win the national championship, we're going to have to wait and see. But all these bowl games are getting ready to take place in the next few weeks. And it's just a great time of year for college football. We're going to have to wait and see what teams win their bowl games, what 2 teams will make it to the college football national championship game, and what team will win the college football national championship game. It's all getting ready to begin, and it all comes up in the next few weeks. So I'm definitely looking forward to what happens in college football going into the next few weeks. Moving on now to the show, what to watch for this week in sports. The Vikings go against the Saints on Christmas. The Broncos go against the Bills in Denver on Saturday, December 19th. The Broncos, NFL football. The Nuggets' first game of the season is against the Kings in Denver at the Ball Arena on Wednesday, December 23rd. The Pelicans go against the Heat on Christmas. The Warriors go against the Bucks on Christmas. The Nets go against the Celtics on Christmas. The Mavericks go against the Lakers on Christmas. The Nuggets go against the Clippers on Christmas. The Nuggets, NBA basketball, college football, college basketball. Moving on now on the next show, I will talk about NFL football, Major League Baseball, NBA basketball, NHL hockey, and college football. I hope you all have a great week. Tune in to the next All Sports with Gerardo show next week. I want to say thank you to everybody that listens to All Sports. Subscribe or like my pages on social media at All Sports with Gerardo. Until next time, this is Gerardo.